I love this next story because it's such a microcosm of politics in America in 2018. Oklahoma GOP candidate blames hackers for Facebook post proposing euthanasia for disabled people. Holy shit. Okay, so let's go through it and then you guys determine whether or not you think it was hackers or not. A Republican gubernatorial candidate in Oklahoma proposed euthanasia for people on food stamps who are too disabled to work. In a Facebook post made by a page purporting to be for Oklahoma governor candidate Christopher Barnett, the administrator initially posted a poll about food stamp requirements and then made comments claiming euthanasia is a solution to the issue of the poor and disabled. In a post made by Tulsa resident Lisa Schwartz, screenshots of the thread from the Chris for Governor campaign page that shares a name with Barnett's campaign website revealed the comments. Quote, "Most receiving food stamps work or are disabled," a user commented on the poll post. "Some are elderly. The ones who are disabled and can't work, why are we required to keep them?" The Chris for Gov account responded, "Sorry, but euthanasia is cheaper and doesn't make everyone a slave to the government." Defending his now deleted comments, the account administrator mused as to why American taxpayers should have to keep up people who cannot contribute to society any longer. "Obviously, I'm not saying the government should put these people down," the Chris for Gov account wrote, contradicting its earlier statement. "I'm just saying that we shouldn't keep them up. If they can take care of themselves without government assistance, great," the comment continued. "If not, let them starve and die. Easy as that." Though the comments have since been deleted, the account administrator wrote that they stand by the remarks in the poll thread, and later that day wrote that the interaction had been fun. And then it says, update, Barnett told KFOR that he's received death threats since the comments went viral, but he swears they aren't his and someone is posting on his behalf. "There are people saying they want to shoot me, they're going to assassinate me, they're going to shoot me, they're going to blow us up," Barnett claimed. "I'm in this election, I'm not dropping out, they're not going to intimidate me." It's unknown if the candidate's page was hacked or a staffer posted on his behalf. Barnett hasn't said. The page features videos of the candidate talking into the camera and thanking his supporters. Okay, so let's comb through the layers of bullshit here. Is it his page, yes or no? The answer is yes. If they're posting videos of him and they're only on this Facebook page, well, how did they get the videos if that's not your page? So it's your page. Second of all, is it hackers or is it a staffer? Because you said it's a hacker, but there's really no evidence it's a hacker. It could be a staffer. If it's a staffer, they said these heinous things about how we should kill poor people for being poor, and then later on they said it was fun. So it's not a hacker, because if it was a hacker, how the fuck could they... A hacker hacks in, says these things, and then hours later logs back in after you learned about this problem and then said it was fun? No, it's either a staffer or it's him. It's gotta be. And it's clearly your page and not a page somebody put up pretending to be you or be for you, because then they wouldn't have the exclusive videos of you on the page. So it's either a staffer or it's him posting it, and then when he gets this massive pushback, he's like, what? No, oh, did I say? I meant what had happened was hackers. Something. Get off my ass. So, and then I love how he's, listen, the death threats against him, totally condemn them. You shouldn't do death threats against him. Let's be clear, though. He also is doing death threats against poor people. Because he's saying, yeah, I don't want to actively put them down. Oh, how kind of you. Like you don't want to put a shotgun to the back of their head. How bold and brave. But he says, just let them starve and die. So and listen, the final point is just the fact that we're even having this conversation, as in we're not sure if it's him or not. So like, hey, it's a 50-50 proposition as to whether or not a Republican candidate said poor people should die. The fact that it's not like an obvious, like, okay, he didn't say that, says a lot, doesn't it? You know? Like, you don't have to... If there was suddenly a post on Bernie Sanders' page about the same position here of, hey, euthanasia for poor people, everybody would know something was up. not as even Republicans wouldn't think like, oh, that's true. They'd all be like, that's obviously not something Bernie would say. But the fact that it's a question for an Oklahoma Republican candidate, goddamn, that says a lot about the elected Republicans or people running to be elected Republicans in Oklahoma now, doesn't it? That we're like, hey, I don't know, 50-50. Maybe he wants poor people to starve and die. Maybe he doesn't. So when your philosophy is such that there's a question as to whether or not you believe in that, perhaps your philosophy is pretty monstrous and immoral and unethical and rather stupid. But hey, what do I know?